Tina, thank you. The 11-year-old boy charged in connection with the death of 8-year-old Noah Bush has been sentenced.
Today was probably one of the hardest days of my life. This isn't just this.
Noah disappeared May 15th in Jessup, Georgia. He was found dead the next day in a construction pit full of water. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office initially ruled his death accidental, and that sparked weeks of protests in the community.
And nearly 2 months after his death, a 10-year-old and an 11-year-old were charged, and a hearing was held today for that 11-year-old.
Riley Phillips has more now from the hearing and reaction from Noah's family.
It was an emotional day. Noah's family and their lawyers were visibly upset leaving the courtroom. The 11-year-old was sentenced to 2 years in a juvenile detention facility, but Noah's mother says there is still no closure in this case.
When will you stand up?
Tensions flared outside the courtroom Thursday. Protesters yelling justice for Noah. At one point, Wayne County Sheriff's deputies came outside to tell the group to move across the street. That's when a deputy and a protester got in each other's faces. But the mood shifted when the hearing ended.
We're here with Demetrius Bush.
Tears of sadness fell as the family of Noah Bush and their lawyers described what happened inside the courtroom.
This 11-year-old admitted under oath that he, in fact, led Noah Bush down to the clay pits, pushed him into the water, and ultimately held his head under that water until he drowned.
The 11-year-old faced 4 charges in connection to Noah's death, including concealing the death of another and involuntary manslaughter. The 11-year-old will now spend 2 years in a juvenile detention facility, along with the 10-year-old also charged in this case. Noah's mother, Demetrius Bush, also spoke in court today, reading a victim impact statement.
My baby was 8 years old with a full life ahead of him. And 2 years is what the state of Georgia calls justice for an entire life that's lost.
But the family does not feel any relief. Their fight now turns to the adults in this case. They believe adults related to the juveniles helped cover up Noah's death, and they say they won't stop calling for their arrests.
There is no peace, there is no comfort, there is no closure for me. I will live with this for the rest of my life.
And there is still no update on whether the sheriff's office plans to make any more arrests in connection to this case. The sheriff would not answer any questions today or provide a statement. In Jessup, Riley Phillips, First Coast News, on your side.